Data shortcut functionality allows you to reference Civil 3D objects into multiple project DWG files. In the Prospector tab, the Data Shortcuts category is where this functionality can be accessed. So how does it work? The first thing you need to do is first define your working folder. If you right-click on the Data Shortcuts category and click Set Working Folder, what Civil 3D is doing is looking for folders with a project in them, and then within those projects, there will be a subfolder called _shortcuts, and it's literally that simple. We'll investigate this in a second. To create a brand new Data Shortcuts folder, let's go ahead and right-click on there and click on New Data Shortcuts Project Folder. Let's call this Project 1. This is where it's going to place that Project 1 folder, and if you look here, you can actually create a project template which will contain whatever subfolders you may have for your projects at your company. For the most part, all you're going to be concerned with is probably the _shortcuts, as your company will probably have a standard method for creating project folder structures. We'll just click OK, and let's open up Windows Explorer and investigate what's actually going on here. If we look at C:*Civil 3D projects, we have a folder called Project 1, which it just created. All that Civil 3D did was it created this _shortcuts folder and then subfolders where all the Civil 3D objects that you're going to data shortcut into other files will exist. All Civil 3D does is it creates a small little XML file, and within that XML file, it paths out to the DWG file, and within that DWG file, what kind of object and what's the name of the object that you want to data shortcut in. And that's all that it does. So in reality, your DWG files can be anywhere you want them to be, and then your Civil 3D shortcut files can be in their own separate folder structure per your company's folder standards. Let's look at how you set the Data Shortcuts project folder. To do so, simply right-click on the Data Shortcuts category and click on Set Data Shortcuts Project Folder. Since we just created Project 1, Project 1 of course is the active project. But if you wanted to navigate to another project, you would simply click on it and choose OK, and then now you would have access to the _shortcuts folder and whatever data references you have in there. Click Cancel. Before you continue on, you want to make sure you associate your DWG files to a specific project. Right-click on there again and choose Associate Project to Current Drawing. Note that you can associate project to multiple drawings in a batch method, but for now we'll just click on this one here. And then you're basically selecting the project you want to associate to, click OK, and you'll notice that right in the brackets here in the title bar, the project is listed. Data shortcut functionality allows you to reference Civil 3D objects into multiple DWG files. Let's create some data shortcuts, then create a new drawing and use the data shortcuts. So in our drawing, we actually have the combined EG that we want to create a shortcut for, and we have our centerline alignment that we want to create a shortcut for as well. So let's go ahead and right-click on the Data Shortcuts category and click on Set Data Shortcuts Project Folder. Let's go ahead and change it to Project 1. Go ahead and click OK. Let's go ahead and associate this file with that project to make sure everything's going to work properly. We'll click on Associate Project to Current Drawing, click OK, and now you can see that Project 1 is associated to this file. As you can see, we have no shortcuts yet for this project. So let's go ahead and create some. Right-click on the header and click on Create Data Shortcuts. If you get the warning, the drawing has not been saved, that's because you have to save the file. So let's go ahead and save our file. Now right-click and choose Create Data Shortcuts. So what we want is the combined EG, and all we need is a bypass 1 alignment. We'll click OK, and again, all that Civil 3D did was it actually created small XML files that point to this folder, to this file, with these objects. Let's create a brand new file and data shortcut in the surface and the alignment. Let's click on the Application menu and click New. Navigate to your Drawings folder and use the Learning AutoCAD Civil 3D Infinite Skills.dwt as a drawing template and click Open here. Let's navigate to Model Space and save our file and give it a name in the Drawings folder called Data Shortcut Testing. Now let's assign this drawing to the Project 1. So right-click on the Data Shortcuts category and click Assign Project to Current Drawing. Make sure Project 1 is there, click OK, and now it's applied to the drawing. To create a data reference, you simply expand it in the project, right-click and choose Create Reference. Notice how you can give it a totally different name if you want to, and you can even change the style if you want to. For now, we'll keep it as the ones that were originally saved in the file. Click OK, do a zoom extents, and there's our surface data shortcut in the file. Let's do the same thing with the alignment. We'll expand the centerline alignments, right-click, create reference. Notice how you can put it into a site if it doesn't live in one. For now, leave it set to none. Leave the name the same as bypass 1. Leave the alignment as proposed and all labels for label set. Click OK, and there's the alignment. Now if we navigate to the other file, notice how it has a totally different style for the alignment. This is totally okay. Again, you can restylize it however you need to in the files that you data shortcut in. Now let's go ahead and change our alignment in some sort of way. Let's just kind of grip pick it here, and we'll move it over here. We'll save our drawing, and navigate to this one, and notice how we have a data shortcut definition that needs to be changed. Go ahead and click Synchronize, and you'll notice it updates to reflect the changes in the other drawing. Data shortcut functionality allows you to reference Civil 3D objects into multiple DWG files. However, let's say you want to remove shortcuts or copy the Civil 3D object into your drawing and lose the reference. Let's look at this functionality. So first, let's investigate our file to see what we have in here. We have a data reference to the combined EG and the bypass 1 alignment. Of course, what this means, if I select the alignment, notice how I cannot make any edits to it using grips. If you look at the contextual ribbon, you'll notice you have 3 options when it comes to dealing with an object that is data referenced. You can synchronize them, open the source drawing, which is similar to opening a reference file. In other words, it would open the file that this alignment lives in, or you can promote the data reference. Let's go ahead and click on Promote Data Reference because I, let's say, want to have a copy of this alignment in this file, and I no longer need a data shortcut to it. If you look here, I now have the grips, which means this alignment has been copied into this file. It no longer references the bypass 1 alignment in that other DWG file. Just be aware, it didn't do anything to the alignment that was in that DWG file, and that alignment is still available for using as a data reference. Let's say though, you want to actually now remove that object as a data shortcut so that no one else can use it. Scroll down to the Data Shortcuts category. To remove a reference, simply right-click on it and choose Remove. What that will do is it will literally just delete that XML file. It will not remove the actual alignment. It'll just remove the shortcut to that alignment. Civil 3D also enables you to label some Civil 3D objects not through a data shortcut, but through X references. If I select this object, you'll notice that it's a reference file. In this file, there's a surface and some parcels and alignments. If you look in our Prospector tab, you'll notice there are no surfaces in this file, nor are there any alignments as well. What's great about this functionality is that you can go to the Annotate tab, Labels and Tables panel, and let's go ahead and add surface labels. I'll go ahead and pick on the contour multiple interval. For minors, we don't want any. And we'll go ahead and click Add. We'll pick our object. Notice how it's finding it in the actual reference file. We'll just drag our line here. We'll make it 500 for a distance to display the contour label lines. And as you can see, there are our labels. Again, it's all coming from the referenced surface. The same thing applies to parcels. So let's go ahead and go to the parcel labels. We'll click on Multiple Segment. We'll leave the default label styles, click Add, and then pick your parcel. And notice how you can just keep going here and automatically label your parcels. Again, these parcels don't live in the drawing, they're simply in the reference file. One thing to mention, if you go ahead and freeze the actual layer that the object is on, it still displays the labels.